We'll talk about being
We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, Topflight is street legal. Here we go. Ready to go, everybody. Welcome to another exciting issue of Topflight. It's issue 10, which, as everybody knows in the comic book world, isn't a big deal because it's usually 12 represents an entire year on account of months. So, but 10 often seems like a big deal, so maybe we'll make it a big deal tonight. Maybe the team will go up against the main bad guy and emerge victorious this very night. Or maybe they'll find some other way to spend their time. Welcome, players. How's everybody doing tonight?
Delightful.
Good.
I almost knocked my camera down. Doing great.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Cool. What's going on? Anybody have things they want to discuss or plug or mention?
I mean, just that I started watching Jupiter's Legacy and I'm super inspired to do some superhero stuff.
Hey, there you go. It's always good to watch Dead End Media. That's what
I know, right? Yeah. I didn't start watching until after it was
Dead
announced.
End
It was not going to be
after it was announced that here's 10 episodes or 8 episodes that have no trajectory. No
The
future.
trajectory straight into my heart, though.
Fair enough.
Oh, I guess I have restarted back up. That was a weird sentence. I have started back up my personal streaming channel. So there's that.
Oh, great.
Well, great. And
Which is?
and what?
Oh, Tiger
where can
Piggy.
you
I guess
follow
it's
it?
not. It's just my username when I. It's this. It's me. Bam. Yeah, just click on my name. I think you can go to my channel.
Okay. Well, very good.
I continue to be alive, and I'm pretty okay with that.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'll also say, if you want to, we do have another stream on this channel on Fridays. It's a horror game called Blood from a Stone. We had our first session, multiple player casualties in that first session because that's how that one's going. So definitely check that out on Fridays or on the videos on the Demand Nonsense. Anybody else? Or shall we just get into this game here?
I mean, you did say you were very excited about these prologue choices. So
I'm excited about them, and I think when I say what the options are, I don't know that you guys will be like, "Oh, cool," but I think they're kind of cool. So to that point, you 5 get to vote on the following, and I will just urge everyone to be somewhat kind about the not always making Kyla pick by voting first in rude ways. Okay. So the two places that you can peek for this opening prologue will be option 1, the Oshiro Group Tower in Tokyo. Or option 2, this Protector Monument in West Virginia.
This
I'm just gonna roll for it. So
question is this Protector? Is that something you have named, or is there something actually there with that name in West Virginia?
That is not a real life thing.
Okay.
But I didn't name it. Ooh, creepy, weird. So your options are Oshiro Group Tower in Tokyo or This Protector Monument
I
in
picked
Virginia.
Tokyo because I wouldn't be a proper weeb if I didn't. So
Okay.
Well, it seems like 3 votes, so it seems immaterial that I would once again like to go to Virginia this week, and we will not.
Fair enough. So, with the 3 votes, I'll be doing something that's very in vogue in comic books these days, which is that we begin with a prologue that has a little caption in the top left corner of the first panel on the page that simply says, "Then." Late at night, Oshiro Miho, the sort of young scion of the board of the Oshiro group, also known to all of you as Red Shinobi,
Oh shit.
is sleeping in her apartment. She has many cuts on her arm. This is after a very intense, violent battle. She shifts, reaching over as if expecting to find somebody next to her in the bed. but no one's there. Instantly, she's sitting up, completely awake in the darkness, hand already grasping for her sword. Her eyes adjust, looking not for a person, but for something else, for something immaterial. She says, "Isabella." And a whisper comes back, "I am sorry." "I'm so sorry. You have your code, and I have mine." Very few people would attempt to stab Mist, but that is exactly what Red Shinobi does, leaping across in like some real like vintage like Frank Miller Wolverine in Japan panels of just like super
Wolverine in
graphical silhouette. Like she begins slicing with this sort of magical sword through the dark as this misty figure moves around holding a gemstone of some kind. As she attacks, Shinobi is saying the whole time, "You don't have to do this. We can both get what we need. You don't." And but then a finger made of mist is placed against her lips. Shh. It has to be this way. And moments later, Shinobi knows she is alone, without that which she had been sworn to protect. Panel cut to Shinobi Red watching as several members of the Guild of Secrets emerge from Teleportia's teleportal, including Captain Eldritch and the Whisper. So she's there along with one of our one formation stayed behind, and Lumen, you were there as well. You guys are all just standing around the boundaried thing, but Shinobi Red looks more intense than typical on this Connecticut morning or afternoon, probably at this point. If you recall from last week, some weirdness happened. The boundary shifted, kind of was leached of color, and you went to find out what was happening because you weren't getting straight answers from Captain Eldritch, from Dustin Howell and the gang. Turns out it seemed he had been siphoning energy and not telling you about it. You also met a creature called the Fleecing Schemester, an arcane sink or an arcane anomaly that sort of was a byproduct of his own ineffective attempt to create a more powerful familiar for himself. So he has now come here saying that he can attempt to get rid of the final based on the research that Lumen had done and other sort of suggestions they had. So my question is, for the five of you now as kind of this group, a few members of the Guild of Secrets and the entirety of Topflight here before the now clear boundary where you still see the gray meridian just kind of floating there, looking, waiting. What is it you're going to do?
So I don't know what we do here. Right. Yes, we can attempt this plan we have that Dustin has agreed to help, but the problem with that is we still have to get through Meridian. That seems like a significant hurdle.
Well, if I don't... Let me double check something before I make ridiculous promises.
Oh, and there is also a camel, by the way.
Oh, right.
Yes.
There is a camel named Nathan here, yes.
I can heal her if I get within 60 feet of her. So, so we could attempt that. What is her fly speed? What?
Meridian's fly speed is don't worry about it.
Oh, it's...
Oh man.
Fast.
Cool. Fast enough that theoretically she could fly against the rotation of the Earth in reverse time.
I don't. That has always been an interesting one, but we're talking about the same range. Yes, this is the zone we're in. Correct.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we could have two formations with Lumen right at the edge of 60 feet. Heal, book it.
How
I
many
just
formations can you have out?
8.
Yeah, you've lost none today, so you can have 8 out.
8, and then so you make 9, or you make 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I make 9.
you make 9.
There's a 9.
So,
There are 9 total.
theoretically, and I'm not a huge fan of this plan because while the formations are just copies of you, they still feel like life to me. We could just make a wall of formations so that Meridian has to waste a turn getting through them before she could get to me.
Good.
It's a lot
More
of
like
human
a-
shields.
It
More like a
is.
cage
But
of formations.
I'm so scared of her that it still doesn't feel like enough of a human shield to protect me.
If we go through with this, I will probably be the one that has to try to distract Meridian.
But so wait, so we don't think that she or any of the victims, I guess, have the same power as the final, right? They can't convert us to what they are.
So far, what you have seen the victims do is either kind of flop around, the ones you had up in your tower, and Meridian just punched Armament real hard, like Meridian would have done to, like a dinosaur or something. So you have not, Armament did not seem to suffer any of those like life-draining effects, if that makes sense. If that's an answer to your question.
So, or I suppose the other option, right? We're maybe going about this the wrong way. See, because none of us can stand against Meridian, right? Armament's very lucky to still be alive.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one.
I'm not going to win any strength contests with Meridian. I might be able to take a hit, but I don't know that I can take 2. But if we are the only entity in there to stop us is Meridian. So if we are all distracting Meridian, it gives Lumen the opportunity to try to heal Meridian and also pulls focus away from Dustin.
What time is it again?
I think it's like early afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah. Dustin's like, yeah, I mean, and like, look, like, as much focus as we can pull. I'll be honest with you. Whenever you're dealing with like deific entities such as this, they're not gonna we can use all the illusions we want, but they're gonna know what's happening.
I'm not worried about. There's no way we're fooling that thing.
Yeah.
But if we can just make.
I mean, you make a
threats.
ruckus, it'll pay attention to the ruckus. But I mean, I got to get up and touch that thing.
That's what I was about to ask. I couldn't remember that. You have to touch it.
I got to touch it. I mean,
that's
look,
a big concern. Dustin.
I could do something called I could cast something called a mass heal, Massachusetts. But if I do that,
feels like the opposite of healing.
I mean, I can mass heal this thing and I could put like a considerable amount of healing into it. But if I do a power wood heal, that's all the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Like however much like anti-life this thing possesses, I would cover that all.
Well, if you did a mass healing, would that cover Meridian as well?
I could do a mass healing. I mean, I could put some into Meridian and some into this thing and we see where we're at. That's another option if you prefer. I do that, but I can really only do a big thing like that once or twice. You understand?
What about any of the other people in your party? Do they have that capability?
None of them have the specific kind of. We don't really have sort of what we would call a sort of like a divine sort of healer. In fact, on that point, Lumen, for a variety of reasons, I also wouldn't sort of do this. Have you ever encountered a spell scroll before?
What are there spell scrolls back?
Make an Arcana check, actually.
Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. Arcana.
You probably have, but
18.
all right. Yes, you're familiar with the concept of a spell scroll. You're familiar with the idea of a like that you put magic into a piece of parchment and sort of prepare to you hold the magic there, and then some other caster could attempt to do it. They probably would have used that, and Valo kind of has like a charming old school energy. So I'll bet you've had spell scrolls here or there before.
Then she'll answer. Yeah, I have heard of them. I haven't been able to use one myself yet, but I do understand them. Yes.
Well, I might craft a spell scroll, so in case I am unable to perform the sufficient healing that we're after, I believe that you would be able to sort of cast from a scroll.
Okay.
It wouldn't be an automatic thing. You'd have to really focus and use your spellcaster, which I know you have innately. So I mean, it's tough, but I think it's on your list. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at.
Lumen, when you were healing the others, did you notice that a change in them at when you started healing, or did the change only occur after they were completely healed? Like, were they deactivated?
I think it was fairly instant. But, I mean, meta question, every time I healed them, or question, meta statement, I never even rolled the healing die. I just said I was healing them, I touched them, and they stopped moving. So I feel like it's instant, because I never had to roll the die. I never had to hit a threshold.
So
I'm just concerned about Dustin having to touch this thing first.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he does the mass heal, maybe, I mean, according to what we've seen before, they deactivate or whatever as soon as they begin to be healed, in theory.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a read on that from Synth?
I would suggest that it is possible that Meridian, being so robust and functional, might require more healing in order to be laid low than the others.
Is it reasonable to assume that any healing could decrease her capabilities?
We are in uncharted territory, V. It is very possible that any amount could decrease her. It's also possible that any amount could eliminate her from the board immediately. I simply don't know. Thus far more degraded, decrepit individuals in a similar circumstance were de-animated through a simple, tiny amount.
Well,
And at what distance could you mass heal, Dustin?
60 feet or so, 20 yards.
Okay.
I like football, so I do everything in yards. Also, I like saying yards.
So that sort of puts us in the same position.
Same sort of range, yeah, exactly.
But
So-
with this one, we would ideally be trying to position you 60 feet from either of them, which is trickier.
My issue is that if we do the mass heal and it doesn't take that thing out, but it hurts it, it knows we can hurt it, and then it might be coming for us with, I'm sure it is not extinguished.
Yeah.
god tier bag of tricks yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All we've actually seen it do is touch things so
Yeah.
far. We have no idea what else it can do.
Yeah.
Well, we've got portals, we've got flyers, we've
That
got
don't
muscle.
work in there.
Well, they work when we shut the whole thing down. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're
I
bum
mean,
rushing
assuming
now.
it works, we just need one shot. Of course, it might not work, but
No, wait, didn't the portals stop working before we
If the
put...
portals don't work
Yeah.
inside there.
At
no,
all.
but once we
We've voted against portals, but that thing stopped the portals as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just touched it and stopped.
it has
my
nothing... Yeah,
portals.
bringing the shield down won't give us the ability to use portals or anything.
I'll phrase it like this: I'm not
Yeah.
sure that I don't know that you're incapable of putting a portal in there, but I think you might be
Yeah.
incapable of keeping a portal in there,
Yeah.
and you might be you might be
agree with
incapable of
that.
putting one there. It may have a an anti-magic field about it or something,
Yeah.
which would be a problem. But magical healing and whatnot. Look, if you want me to try to touch it and do the big thing, I'll do that. I'm definitely giving Lumen a backup scroll. If that's the case, I need to simply understand what that's going to be.
When Synth Devil rolling back the tape here,
Ah, yes.
what exactly happened when Meridian exchanged blows with the final?
Ah, the final was momentarily staggered, whereas Meridian dropped.
But was it a situation where was it something where like fists connected against fist, or did
It was fist to jaw, fist to jaw. Well, it was more fist to jaw from Meridian and sort of a grasp from the other creature, as it sort of.
so we
leaped.
still don't know if it has to actively be doing something or if simply
Oh,
touching
I
it.
see.
So-
Yes, unfortunately, Meridian was not helpful in her death at revealing the nature of this creature's powers.
I mean, would it have been so hard?
if
Yes.
we're looking for a distraction, we could send some formations in along with the journeyer. The only thing I'd ask is if one of my formations gets grabbed, the journeyer needs to kill my formations because I will not be going through that again. If we need distractions, so that's an option. Just to get Captain Eldritch to the final safely.
Philip,
I would just like to not get my soul ripped out. today.
Shinobi will say, I'm not sure that the journeyer is quick enough at that, but she unfurls her hand and she's like, you can hand out these poisons to your formations. They'd be instant and painless. They can carry a capsule in the cheek, crunch down if they're grabbed.
so
Okay.
She hands you some poison. Then she looks at you for a moment. She's had issues with you and says, I know how many there are. I expect unused ones returned.
I'm going to just ask you, Philip, since this is
Yeah.
a very meta question. I feel like, depending on what we have in terms of access to data on Meridian, how many attacks do we think Meridian can do in a round?
Probably a
Um,
lot.
Is a meta-based thing. You do believe Meridian does 2 attacks around.
Okay, it's not anything crazy.
No, Meridian's, yeah.
That's maybe the one non-preposterous thing about this character. Okay, so it's possible then that we could, but we're also assuming that I don't know what we're going to do to draw her attention, because the only thing I can think of is going after the final, but that's exactly what we need to be drawing attention away from.
I honestly feel like just looking at her gets her attention right now.
I mean, you have Meridian's attention sort of to that
Yeah.
point. She is staring at all of you. just hovering just inside, about 6 feet off the ground. Just
Oh, I guess this is a good question. I mean, maybe I should have asked this before, Dustin. But is that thing soundproof? Feels like this is a real important thing to start with.
Sound
Pack up, guys. We'll try again tomorrow.
I
It's
know.
fine.
new plan. No, it is soundproof.
I mean, we're not gonna do those things.
It is soundproof now. Whether or not she's reading our lips or something,
Ah,
but we're standing in a clump over here. I mean, it is occluded to some extent. Good question, though. Let's have Meridian.
I'm gonna put like portals around to kind of make us to cover.
not to go through, just to block visuals.
You have to block vision.
Just roll for old. I will roll roll the lifeless gray die for her because we're saying
Wow.
that she's this is not the real Meridian. I won't roll her actual colors. Okay. Perception factor is high. Okay.
No.
She's watching. Dustin's like, I doubt she's reading our lips. She might be. In which case, we pull the door down and you hit her with a heel and I hit her with a heel and see what happens. The final's about the final's sitting about 60 feet from us in there. So it's theoretically as soon as we open the door, if Lumen and I are just standing there, I can pop in the mass heal and see what happens, theoretically.
How quickly could you close the door?
Whisper, how fast can you close the door? Fast. She can close it fast. One's gonna open, one's gonna close. That's why we got a few people here, so we're kind of all able to.
Yeah. So let's attempt that. If we do the mass heal, can you still do this power word thing?
I cannot know. I can make a backup from a scroll that could be done, or I can acquire a scroll. But that would be something I would be giving to Lumen.
I see.
So the question is, what do you want to back up of for her, and what am I,
Well,
Isn't it also like possible because I forget which part that she rolled safely, but like if we heal her, would she just go back to normal? Or
what do we don't know?
she wouldn't be in control?
We don't know.
Yeah.
It could take her out entirely. It could only weaken her. I don't know that there's a version where she's just fine. Right? I think what we're going to do is put people to rest under the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we're trying to say that.
Yeah, sever the connection, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe our backup is the mass heal, because the most dangerous thing one of us has to do is touch that thing.
All right, so I'm going to attempt to touch. You're going to have a mass heal, Lumen, to attempt.
Is it one action to use the
It's an
spell?
action. Yeah, it's basically you do an action and you use the scroll and try to
Okay.
cast the spell. You will have to make a check for it.
Mhm.
And your spell casting ability is you would have a plus. You would roll a d20 and add 6, and you know enough about magic that you will need a 19.
Okay. And if I were to use a hero die to give myself another turn to try again, is there a...
Oh no, succeed or fail, the scroll is consumed in an arcane burst.
Understood.
Now, can you use some hero dice to make sure that you succeed on it? Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
alright, yeah,
Almost
yeah.
to the point that I was like, should I make it so you can't use hero dice and spell scrolls? But no, you can. That's fine.
All
This is
right.
the rules of the game. It's okay.
I'm ready.
Not,
Here's a
not much drama.
here's a possibly very important question. Do we believe that Rocky Jumper is eternal?
Great.
I think you have no reason to believe Rocky, based on how worried everybody is about him like his breathing or God forbid eating. You don't think the Rocky Jumper.
Okay.
But how are they monitoring that?
Well, they're just
breathing?
they're just making sure.
just check?
he hasn't
Well,
consumed
it's
anything.
it's
They're
it's the
monitoring
absence. As long as there's the
Yeah.
absence of breath.
But
The appearance
It
of
is
it
good.
would be a problem.
he won't gain breath if he gets turned. Like, it's not. There's.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
I
And
am
just-
willing to bet some hero dice that I do.
All right.
All right. We'll
We
take
might need
those
that.
odds.
Okay. All right. I think
But Dustin, well, yeah, finish your thought. That's
so.
fine.
I think maybe then our plan is we open the door. When we open the door, Lumen, you immediately try to mass heal. Hopefully that takes Meridian.
The scroll isn't the backup. The scroll is plan A.
The scroll's plan A, and if it doesn't work, then I go in for the thing. That's your plan.
I think so because
Well,
if that
at the
can,
same
because
time-
that could theoretically take both. You know, we don't know, right?
That's true.
It could eliminate both threats at once.
That's
it's
very
the
true.
best first shot.
That's all right. You know what? Fine, I'll do it.
And,
And
it
then-
makes it
All right.
where
He
And then-
sits
no
down
one's potentially
and
harmed.
begins.
Does it
a
look like he
ritual.
sits down? Oh, okay. I thought the final was sitting down or something. I was
No,
like,
no,
is he
I-
sitting down because he
Dustin
knows
kind of-
we're starting? Like, we
Dustin
can't do
sits
this
back
if
and
he
begins
understands.
a little ritual, but Findon continues speaking.
Yeah. If that fails, then it's on us to those of us who. I think then it's on Armament V and myself to try to distract Meridian.
I'll split into 6 formations just preemptively and start handing out the poison.
'Cause I can maybe take a hit. The rest of you can maybe try to just pull her in different directions. So those seem like the logical thing. And then maybe Teleportia, we see if you can just get a portal through for Dustin to just be right there before the final can even kind of process what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, I think given the
Dustin.
circumstances of the barrier, most of us should be able to take a hit. Just one, though.
I don't think Lumen could take even one, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lumen might not be able to take one.
She is squishy.
Dustin, he's in the middle of the ritual, but I actually.
Dustin uses his once per day Captain Eldritch feature called the Archivist's Acumen to produce one spell scroll of any spell that will function that will only function until the next dawn. So he kind of pulls that from some magical library somewhere. He only gets one per day. That's all his plan allows, his subscription plan. But he gets that and sort of it's a very well kept vellum scroll, and he hands it to you, Lumen. He's like, look that over a little bit, make sure you understand. Ask me if you have any questions. I have no idea what sigils are being used in this. I'm sure you have enough magical understanding. Yes, Finland, what can I do for you other than
I'm
risk my life
just
touching a god?
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with fail safes. And I don't know a lot about what's going on here or a lot about what you can do, but that thing that steals your magic, it's just taking energy, right?
Oh, the Schemester?
Yeah.
Schemester is arcane in nature. This is purely divine.
Oh, thank goodness.
But you could no, because I'm wondering if you could funnel it. So if this thing starts to pull stuff to you, out of you, could you instead direct that to the schemester? Can you give it stuff by choice? Because then that's a parachute for you.
How so?
If you can transfer that to it, maybe it doesn't pull life out of you.
Oh.
I'm very worried about you touching this thing, Dustin. I'm
I'm not looking for.
It
I'm
ends
honestly
in you dying.
I'm honestly not looking forward to it. He's like, I mean, look, I got a couple tricks. Let's not act like I don't have a couple tricks, but all right, hold on. He walks over and he pulls out a notebook and he starts doing math. And Wanderlust
What pretty artwork.
Whisper are looking. What? Artwork? No, I'm doing calculations. What?
What?
Real Goodwill Hunting action up in here.
God, how you like them apples? Okay.
Oh, those are apples.
No, this is the arcane coefficient. Never mind. Don't worry about it. He's kind of debating what you're talking about. Wanderlust looks it over and says, "Oof, I don't. No, it would require the magic that you're attempting to use. Yeah, that's the problem. And neither of you two can handle what we're doing here. Well, I have often said we should get some sort of divine caster. Yeah, okay, thank you, Wanderlust. You're so much smarter than everybody. Good plan.
Hindsight.
He will make a check on what you're suggesting. It's natural 20.
Good for Dustin.
Yeah.
Are there 20s on the dice?
What?
I've never seen one.
Sometimes.
I'm actually going to, though, because he's current. So that a natural 20 for his Magic Arcana puts him at a 37. I'm going to throw his D6 on because normal healing won't matter in this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4. So with a 41, he'll be like, you know, all right, that's not a bad idea, Mr. Finnon. There actually might be one way that I could sort of impose. Yeah, I might be able to get one. I think I could get one little shenanigans where some stuff goes other places. God, maybe it'll go straight to the schemester and it'll actually kill him. That would be hilarious. All right.
Also,
I can get it once, but otherwise I'm screwed. I mean, this thing might be able to grab you several times, you know, in successive order. But I'll try it. I'll try that. That'll be a reaction he can do. I hope he rolls another 20. All right. Well, yeah. So I will try to get in there and do that. Everybody else is just on distraction zone. Whisper and Wanderlust are going to be here to open and close the portal for us. So really, Lumen, it's just going to be on you, I guess, casting as soon as it goes down, and then it's a hullabaloo.
I am ready.
Yeah. Real.
You're ready? We're doing this now? Holy Mother of Mercy. All right.
Inside, since it's still transparent. Yeah.
It is. It's like occluded and cloudy, but you can see through it, certainly. Yes.
I just basically am looking, is there stuff that I could throw? Because that's probably going to be one of my best ways to get attention.
Yeah, you can walk just a few feet to pick up a rock and chuck a rock.
Okay.
I will send 3 formations with Lumen.
Okay, well, I mean, right now, you're all standing together, like, at this,
Yeah.
the wall of this arcane
Lumen's
thing.
not going in.
The idea is that Lumen's just going to try to stand there, and the final is about 60 feet from you, Lumen, in the center of this thing.
Just to be clear, they moved just to be, like, I know we're in a little group, they moved to be closer to her, just to be prepared if they need to fly her back.
Understood. Okay, so you have multiple formations holding you, and are all your formations carrying capsules in their mouth?
Yes, there are 6 out, and they
6
have poison.
out.
Yes, they have
6
poison.
formations with poison capsules. As a reaction, you can clamp down on those.
Okay.
And the mass healing scroll is 60 feet range or more?
It's the same range as the spell.
And the spell is 60 feet? Or
Yes.
Okay.
The spell is mass heal. I'm sorry. Yes, they already said that. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, I was
It
just
is
double
60
checking.
feet. And you need to think about something here, provided you're successful. I'm going to tell you what the spell is first, and you can think it over. A flood of healing energy flows from you into injured creatures around you. You restore up to 700 hit points,
Holy.
divided as you choose among any number of creatures you can see within the 60-foot range. From where you're standing, Meridian is going to be about the tip of her boot hovering over will be about 3 feet away, and we're going to say the final is just 60 feet away.
Okay.
Okay. So you have 700 hit points. You'll have to decide how many are going where when the time comes if you successfully cast the spell.
To give you like a rough gauge, Lumen, I have 160 hit points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is something we probably should discuss then. So my initial instinct is to do, you said 700 total?
700 total.
Okay, yeah, my instinct was to do, like, before you said how much you had, was 200 for Meridian and dump the rest into the final.
I would say Meridian probably has. I was probably
But I
like
don't-
triple.
Does
what
it
I've got.
correlate? Because, like I said, for the others, I never rolled healing dice. It just touched them, and
Mhm.
Hold on.
Here's what I would do. I would do 1 for Meridian and 699 for the final.
yeah. If we can do that, I think that's. Or even like, I bet if we just dumped 700 into the final, and he goes down, she's got to go down.
But like, if she did all the others, she has her health still, right?
We don't know.
You don't know. It's a mean thing I'm doing. I will say that because of their knowledge of Meridian, in the in-game explanation of health and hit points and stuff, Synth Devil and Shinobi Red can sort of very quietly disclose to you that Meridian is typically sporting 299 hit points.
Okay, well,
So if you're trying to eliminate all the hit points she has, you could do
That's-
299 and 401.
That's not so bad. It's far less than I would have thought.
Yeah.
it was more than I thought, clearly. So I'm.
431.
But I think I am like our best. I think it is our best wager to do the 1 to Meridian and the rest at it.
Okay.
Because what we would want is to go down no matter what.
I think.
I don't like the way that Philip's looking at you.
I'm just enjoying a conversation.
I know.
But-
Don't like it.
No, that's fine. But the reason is, why are you enjoying it? See, that's the question.
He likes watching us squirm is the thing.
Yeah.
Philip, you have another
Yeah.
game. You kill anyone. Don't do this.
Okay, so I guess should we? Who wants 1 versus 699, and who wants 299 versus 401?
Honestly, I know I suggested the 1, but I think 299 might be a safer option.
Okay, so these are the pros and cons, right? If we do 1 versus 699, even if it doesn't take down Meridian, theoretically, it'll for sure take down the final,
We
which
don't know.
should theoretically armament. Thank you very much. And so, if we theoretically take down the final, it'll automatically take down Meridian, right? So theoretically, it's 2. That's a guarantee. If we do 299 versus 401, then theoretically we will for sure take down Meridian. Final stays up, but at least we've taken down Meridian, right? And that's something that is definitely a worry, because she punches harder than anything in the world. So
But she doesn't drain every single aspect of your life.
yeah.
Right,
Also-
but it's going to be all or not.
Like,
So the thing is, if we get rid of Meridian, and we give the rest to the final, that might do the whole thing. But either way, if we get rid of just Meridian, we're eliminating a threat and we can focus on the final.
If we get rid of actually, wait, now that I'm thinking about it, if we get rid of Meridian with the 299, that's the scroll gone. Dustin can still just do the actual spell and get rid of the final.
It might work.
Yes.
Oh, you're saying I would just do another mass heal against the final?
If it doesn't, if the
it
scroll
doesn't
doesn't
hold
take
up.
it down, yeah,
Well,
But if the scroll doesn't take it down, but looks like it's been bloodied or whatever,
looks like
that's
it's
what you're
done
saying?
something, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yes, I don't have to do. I can, as my bonus action, can recall whichever spell I want. So I can wait and see what happens and then recall the spell I want to use.
So
that
Okay.
might be ideal.
yeah, because here's the thing. And it's something we should be sure of before we initiate this. Because what I am concerned about is if we don't end this thing here,
We'll just re-roll characters. It's fine.
we find out that it's just been humoring us. And that when it's ready, it can just cancel this field. The
Well,
way it's canceled
I
all the other
honestly
things.
do believe it's humoring us because upon killing everything within 60 feet, it just sat down. I mean, the shield was to make us feel better. It had nothing to do with him. He just sat down.
Yeah. And mostly because I think it doesn't know what its purpose is or what its goals are. But we're about to give it one.
Yeah.
You know, worst case,
So-
we just roll up stronger characters. I think either way, this is going down.
I don't think that's possible.
I like me. Thank you.
I like who I am. This is all just my plan to get
This
me
is
off
me
of
now.
Topflight. So
I mean, I'm okay.
Oh.
I'm okay, and I'm ready to do the plan of
for
299 versus 401.
and for whatever it helps, Synth Devil says 1 and 699. Leave dangerously. Shinobi says take out Meridian. Then we deal with how the other as we must. And the oh shit, there's an odd number of Dustin will say that's Lumen, you gotta just listen to what the magic tells you to do, whatever. That's Wanderlust says 1 point to Meridian, whispers like 299. I agree with Shinobi Red. And Shinobi's like very upset. Nathan the Camel.
I don't know that the Nathan the Camel gets a vote.
No, well, Nathan the Camel will vote, but it'll take a while. Nathan the Camel will spit 299 times.
Oh my god.
Did we just sit and
I
watch
guess-
a camel spit 299 times?
Well, I guess the question is how many turns does it take for a camel to spit 299 times? Or are we going into the thing beforehand?
is it almost midnight?
The camel will you
understood after
you
two
understood
spits.
after a couple, yeah, when it wasn't one.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, we got to wait and see exactly what the number is because I don't know. Maybe the camel thinks somewhere in the middle.
if you'd like to wait,
No.
No.
Nathan is not a voting member of this. Nathan is not going to contribute anything to the operation here.
Well-
Don't set in front of
Nathan
them.
stops spitting. It just kind of begins moving around the city where he's been summoned from the desert in a woman's arms. So anyway,
Shall we?
God boy.
Uh,
No time like the present to die.
I mean, I can think of lots of other times.
So I
today
would
that
disagree
would be
with what
better than this.
yeah.
So basically, you guys are for the large part, you are massing up where there's about to be a duel. You can see Meridian like preparing as well. Just right.
I'm gonna conjure up a glaive that will deal mystic damage.
Mystic, wonderful.
Um,
Those of you with higher perception see the final kind of
I do have a question. Have in the past when we've seen the final move? I mean, I assume we haven't seen it sprinting, but can it fly? Have we seen it fly at all?
Fly.
You have. I don't think.
The final sprinting
You
is
have
a
not seen it
fear I
fly.
didn't know I had.
Okay. And have we seen it? We haven't seen it like try and move quickly, right?
No,
So we don't have an idea of like what its top speed is.
you do not.
Cool. Awesome. Love it.
I'm gonna just kind of like crouch down and brace myself to basically kind of do a leaping punch if I see Meridian kind of diving
Okay. So,
or like
here's-
moving.
Flying.
Here is what will happen at this point. You're going to give the nod and Wanderlust is going to let it down. Okay.
Yeah.
Wanderlust lets down the barrier. I do need you to roll initiative because a lot of people are all holding actions ready to go. However, you guys have these telepathic, however they're doing it, heads up of when it's happening that Meridian does not have. So for this encounter, all of you get advantage on your initiative roll.
All right.
Outspending a D4. Look at that. Meridian. Come on, Meridian, you can do it.
I'm so
Don't
scared. I'm
let her
scared to
do
let
it.
the dice fall. Oh my god.
So bad.
Okay, that's not the
Oh,
worst.
Please, I didn't
Philip.
want this. I didn't want this.
What's gonna
All
be?
right.
What's gonna be useless?
Is anyone here? And you can put a hero die onto this if you like.
That's what I'm trying to figure out
That's
right
what
now.
I'm considering at this very moment.
Oh, I will do a hero. Well,
Okay.
wait. Yes, I will do a hero die.
Okay.
Absolutely. I will do a
Go
D8.
ahead and a D8. Roll your D8.
I'm gonna spend a D12.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not going
cocked.
to.
Sorry. 6.
Ooh.
So my initiative is 26.
26. Okay.
I rolled a 12 on my D12.
Nice.
What does that get you to?
That gets me to a 21.
21.
God bless. Good thing you
Well,
rolled the
well.
fucking D12.
I know.
All right. Anybody else over 20 among your
I'm-
group?
22.
22. Teleportia.
Teleport.
What are you at?
Oh, 16.
All right. And Findon.
5.
So Findon, you are definitely like holding the action ready to go if Meridian jumps in.
There is a dice with a 20 on it, just so you're aware, though.
Unfamiliar. Never seen it.
I now have it in my head that Teleportia, even though she can fly and teleport, is saving up to buy her dream car, a Porsche, so she can call it a Teleportia.
Who
Definitely.
among you are holding a specific action for as soon as the barrier is down? Lumen, of course, is.
I would just be ready to fly in and.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
ready to
are you
fly
guys
in.
are you guys as soon as the barrier's down, you're flying in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically taking a move action. You're taking a dash action as your held action.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
but that's not. So I guess because the held action wouldn't be on our turn in initiative, right?
I'm going to have the held actions go in initiative order because everyone's holding one.
Okay, great. Yeah. Then I just fly in. Yeah.
All right. My boy, he gets advantage, Captain Eldritch. Ooh,
Not
a
supposed to
20
rush
for
in.
Captain Eldritch's initiative as well.
You should get your cat its own keyboard.
You're not supposed to rush in.
And typically that's supposed to work because they're trying to mirror you.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's why I'm just like, yeah, get its own keyboard.
Right, and then they're staying out to hold stuff.
I'd let your cat play Nathan. They could join up.
Lily would like that. Yeah.
Oh God, Shinobi are terrible. Sorry, I have so many people to roll here. She rolled. Yikes.
Yikes for who?
That's not that bad.
Probably all of us. I mean, there's no version of that that's a good. Yikes.
All right. So, Wanderlust subtly signaled to all of you as you prepare to leap in. Findon, I'm sorry, are you also rushing in as a held action?
No, I am ready
Your held action is
to
you're
leap
punching
punch Meridian if she comes at Lumen, basically.
Understood. All right. So the barrier in kind of like a big, like 20 by 20 sort of, or kind of actually the lower sort of square opens up for all of you. First in initiative order, beating Meridian by 1 with a 26 against a 25.
Yay, me!
Lumen. You may.
I've never been so happy to go first in my life.
Lumen, you are going to need to make basically you are making your thing is not directly tied to your sort of charisma. Your spellcasting ability has a +6 modifier for you.
Okay.
So you are making a check. You're making a spellcasting check. It's not a magic check. It's a spellcasting. Do you want to do anything with hero die before you even roll?
I do. I want to use advantage, so D4, and
roll your D4
just in case. Add the D6 just to, because
you can do that. You roll and then decide how many hero die you're using.
Oh, I thought I have to decide and then roll. Okay.
Just for the abilities, right?
For the abilities, you decide first. But when you're going to add them to a roll, you see what happens. Then you add. What you have to declare though is, I'm going to add all of this many. You know, you
got
can't
it. Okay, well then just the advantage.
So
for
roll
now.
the D4. Let's see if you keep it back.
It's a 3, so no.
Okay. So roll your. So now you've used your 4 and your 8. So you have 6, 10, 12, and 20 left. Go ahead and roll your.
Okay, advantage. Okay. So that is a. You said I needed a +6. I'm adding.
You get a plus.
6.
You have a +6 to the roll.
Okay, so then it's 21.
Without expending additional hero die, you have successfully cast a 9th level spell from the scroll. So Meridian is beginning to like sprint and fly down. Like you're hearing a sonic boom, but you were just ever so slightly quicker. How are you distributing these hit points?
299 at Meridian and 401 at the final.
All right. You put 299 points of healing into Meridian, who... Findon, I'd like you to make a perception check for me.
Sure.
I'm gonna leap up and just beat the shit out of a flying carcass now.
Or yes, I am.
Findon, you leap forward to attack Meridian, but as she kind of is just falling down toward Lumen, but as you hit her, you realize that she's completely sort of unconscious, and you kind of land with her now like 2 or 3 feet in the chamber. Meridian has been unanimated.
Okay, cool.
By putting all of that mystic healing into her. Meanwhile, 401 points of healing are put into the final. Who staggers
Who?
from the jolt of it.
That's good.
Well,
End of your turn. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
I don't believe we had this entire discussion.
Yeah, we didn't
even
get that
consider
far.
legendary actions.
So, anything else you do on your turn?
No.
Okay. Actually, it's a held action. It's not even your turn. The other held actions go off in sequence. So that would be Teleportia. Were you running in with a held action, or no? You're just here to.
I was flying in.
So Teleportia flies in. And how far in do you go? The final is 60 feet away from you.
Oh, 40 feet in.
So you're in there 20 feet from the final. Armament?
My idea was to be 10 feet in, 10 feet up, kind of between Lumen and Meridian.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes, I like this idea.
you
Yes.
fly to there. So basically,
Myself.
you see Teleportia just fly straight forward. And you fly in, kind of almost guarding Lumen from someone who's now on the ground in Finland's.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, cool, great, sweet.
So you held the thing to kind of go, and you're like, oh, okay. V, you were having what, 6 of them fly in?
Well, three are with Lumen,
Lumen.
so they're still just bracing with Lumen against potential Meridian, and then 3 are going to fly to distract the final.
So your 3 just all fly like in different directions, or just in
Yeah.
there. Cool. Okay, great. So now, so Findun is like a foot in with Meridian's still corpse. Teleportia's 40 feet in, 20 feet away from the final. That's, oh boy. Armament's flying there, and then we have formations kind of up in the thing.
That was a decision, Teleportia. That was
I meant I also wanted to be higher up too.
Captain Eldritch, not wanting to sort of waste the spell itself, did not prepare to cast a 9th level spell, because if the occurrence didn't happen, it wouldn't have. But he did prepare to sort of rush his way in as well, which he sort of does as Armament's getting up. He just kind of moves in a little bit, he kind of moves about 30 feet or so in there, but he's kind of like trying to stay kind of out of the way. So V's in there. At the end of this sort of whoever's turn all of these things were happening, at the end of that turn, a legendary action begins. And kind of the final, like, kind of was almost like knocked back, stands up and raises their arms. Hands pulling all of you who are sort of within this 60 feet. So I think that really is everyone. Can you all please make a Constitution saving throw?
I will spend my D4 on this.
Okay.
For the record, actual V is still outside.
Understood. Okay, so but you do have to make it for your 3 who are flying in. The other ones were around Lumen. Lumen's just at the edge. They're just behind.
I also used a D4.
I rolled a 4 on my D4.
Nice.
All right.
That'll never happen again.
I am going to spend my hero D6 on top of my roll.
Ready?
Great, that's 1. So 18 for me.
18. Okay.
Eldritch,
my friend, what is your con? Ooh, doesn't have proficiency in con. That's a shame. I will spend one of his hero dice. Nope, not enough. Did anybody hit a 25?
I
got a 24.
I got a 21.
26.
26, great. So you will take half. This is not the most absurd thing.
That sounded like you grabbed a lot of dice, though. Like that sounded like a lot. See, and then you did it again.
I didn't roll.
I
rolled super low on
it.
this, guys. Legitimately, something. It's 8d6. I just rolled, and I rolled 22. So it's 22 points of necrotic damage if you failed, 11 if you succeeded. Unfortunately, that does mean 3 formations are gone.
Dead.
But also, okay. So how many people? So that's 3 points from them. And then how many of the rest of you failed on that? 1, 2, 3, and Dustin is 4, so that's 88.
18.
And then another 11 from you, Findon.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's healing.
Okay, so in response to God, how many will I do for that? Basically, you see that in response to this, as you guys have had like you feel like life force being sucked from you to a lesser extent, you're feeling this thing as the final. You see like you almost see your essence as it's pulled out, snaking and sort of forming with the gray dust swirling amongst you into these other sort of figures similar to the final in their featureless gray nature. There appear, based on how much it was able to pull, there appear to be 4 such figures that are now just in here. And I will roll their initiative.
Alexa,
Fucking
play
what?
Despacito.
Would you like for them to have 4 separate initiatives, or would you like for them to all go together?
Separate.
Separate? Okay.
I just can't risk 4 people going after someone at once.
Get it.
We need the time between hits.
Okay. Well, as often happens here, they're basically, hold on, if I roll them,
They're together.
They're all together.
Can I just remind you, Jeremy is not here. Just
Cool.
No, but
Okay,
I-
so that is that turn, that held action, that is that legendary action, as sort of some minions have just been summoned. We now, however, the final was not holding an action, just we use the legendary. So that, however, gets us to Lumen. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I Quick question. Have we ever seen anyone punch it? Or anyone like attempt or like successfully land a hit on it?
Meridian successfully landed a hit on it. Yes.
And did it look like it reacted or
Yeah, it went like this. Oh, sit down and sit like this for days.
okay? Because, so just to go through for you guys to hear my train of thought, I'm thinking either just healing one of the minions that popped up, maybe just lessen it, hopefully, or Lumen's one-off that she used that one time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Lumen, you have interesting options here. If you're talking about the Storm of the 19 Virtues, you would have to do it to all the creatures in that space, so some people would suffer the friendly fire. But
I choose a space within 300,
Yep.
and then it's a 600-foot radius, and I'm guessing
From
it's a
there.
circle.
yeah, it's like a radius, like out, sort of as
So,
if from that point spreading
Couldn't
out.
I
yeah.
just start it like 2 feet, make the edge 2 feet in front of?
Yes, if you're trying to get all the bad guys, you're definitely also hitting Teleportia, who flew 40
Oh.
feet.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
And you're probably also hitting Captain Eldritch.
Okay, never mind then. Then yeah, Lumen will just heal from a distance one of the minions.
All right, so you do the healing glow to bonus action. Go ahead and roll your heal for that.
Okay, it's 1d4. It's 3 plus 5, so 8 in total.
8. So you hit it with these 8 points of healing, and you see it stagger back as if it took like 16 points of damage. So that definitely injured it. But it is not eliminated it.
Yeah.
So that is your bonus action. You still have an action.
I guess I'll just Volo Blast.
Volo Blast. Go for it. The same one?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, so that is a 29 to hit.
It certainly is.
I was really scared you're going to say it doesn't hit. I was honestly ready to just... Okay.
And table flip.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 19, 25.
25. It seems to take all of that damage as you would expect it to. Very good. And it definitely looks between the light and the healing, seems to be sort of stumbling. All right. Cool. End of your turn. The final is going to expend its villainous d20 to attempt to just take a turn right now. And with any luck, I'm
Swear to
gonna
God, Philip, you're gonna roll these. It's gonna happen.
This is from Vonda.
We know that one. All right.
Oh, please.
Did you do it?
Heart breaking. It was on the 20 and then it rolled to the 2. It was there. If that had been a public roll, someone would have squealed. But it ended on the 2. So it only gets this turn. Well, better make it worthwhile. Oh God. All right. I tell you what it's going to do. It is going to think strategically here. I'm going to have it make a roll. Yes, with a 16 plus, what is it? Kind of just general investigation or whatever. A 21 is enough to understand that while Teleportia is near it, the real threat is this magician who's entered. So the final sort of stands and moves toward
Not a magician.
Dustin.
Oh, okay.
So you're kind of up in the air and it kind of like gives you this look, almost as if it's like, don't worry, I'll drain you in a moment. But it goes over to Dustin. And it is going to attempt to reach out for him, and Dustin's like already, like, oh, what am I gonna do here? Oh boy. And it grasps for him. It is an 18 on the die for a 35 to hit. So it definitely takes hold of Dustin. Now, Dustin Howell, because of Findon, is going to use this opportunity to try and pass this elsewhere. So he has to make an Arcana check. The DC of this Arcana check is 40.
Oh, he could do that easy.
He's already spent his 6.
He's probably spent his D4 to get advantage.
He's spending his D4 to get advantage. He doesn't get it back. He spends his D. He's rolling with advantage. 19 is the higher on the die.
Ooh.
19 plus 17 gets the man to a 36.
Spend them all.
He is going to... God, what do the others do? Which
And the 12. The 12 does not matter to him. It increases the damage die.
He'll throw the 12 on. He just needs a 4 on the 12, but
The others could be useful.
What does the 10 do?
10 clears a condition.
I'm gonna have a panic attack.
I mean, he should
He's
probably
rolling
use
the
a
10
6.
and the 12. He's just keeping the 8.
Where it is.
Better safe.
Oh my god.
If I roll 2 1s or a 1 and a 2, this is bad. I rolled a 4 and a 7, so either one on their own would have done it. So he's expended them all, but you do see that Dustin Howell, with that 11 extra points, that gets him to like a 47 or something absurd. He does this, and you see this kind of like arcane sort of shenanigans just happened. And the final looks at him very confused.
Hello, Santo Koloth. Melton Sintere.
So the final's going to spend a D8 to take another action and try it again.
Ah!
No! No.
Philip, I cannot breathe.
No, stop!
What is happening?
The natural 1.
Oh, my god.
Well, that Massachusetts bastard, as it sort of swings for him again, but this time he's like, can't believe that worked. Oh, fuck you. I will, however, say with the nat 1, his Boston Red Sox cap kind of falls off its head, and the final touches that. It turns immediately to kind of ash. And Dustin's like, oh, that was the wrong move, buddy.
You should spend.
Spent what?
I'm not gonna backseat game. Not gonna backseat drive an NPC.
Also, he may not have everything we do.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so the final took its dumb turn there and tried. In this case, it is now Shinobi's turn. She just runs in. I'm not rolling up the stuff, but Shinobi just draws her sword and she is just slicing into one of these kind of like guardian things that came up and is messing with it pretty badly. Teleportia, you are up. You're in, so basically like 10 feet behind you on the ground, you see Dustin just like trying to not get touched by this thing.
Were you wanting Dustin to use D20 to take a turn?
Not yet.
Okay, gotcha.
The touch.
No.
The touch it. Oh.
So I'll probably fly up a little bit higher.
Okay.
And then hold on. I can So I'm gonna try to get a extra bonus.
You're gonna roll a d8 to try to take another action.
Yeah.
So you can, if you
Yeah.
want to, you can take the action and see if you need to do that and do it then.
Oh, because I want to try to attempt to make goals, and then I also want to warp beam at one of the
Gotcha.
one
Okay,
of the
sure.
people.
So you're gonna make a couple portals. Okay, so where are the portals going?
So I'm going to try to attempt a portal near the gray, or the final, the actual final, and then put the portal, the other portal, like where no one really is right now. I just want to see if I can attempt to keep my portals out.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then
Sure.
so that would be, so I don't get that back. And then yes, warp beam.
Are you going after the one
Yes.
Lumen's already hit? Or are you going after one Shinobi's hit? Or a fresh
Yes. I will go after lumens.
one? Cool. Team up with
First.
Lumen. Sounds good.
Oh god. Never mind. That didn't
All right.
go
so
with the other one. 21.
a 21 does hit. So roll your damage of your
Right.
warp against this.
Go. Q. There we go. There. And then there. Math. 17.
17, nice. This one's looking very hurt. Alrighty. So that would be Armament. You are up.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to release the Journeyer.
All
I'm
right.
going to have it go distract the final.
Okay.
So the next attack roll on it will have advantage.
Lovely.
As I fly down to do 2 strikes at one of the nearest shadow thing or enemies, that's
Cool.
not the final. I'll just yell, Dustin, now's a pretty damn good time. But let me roll my attacks. One's a natural 20. The other one is a 14.
14. The natural 20 hits, the 14 does not.
Cool. So that,
Are you going after the same one as Lumen and
yeah, if that's close enough, yeah. Oh, that's a shitty roll. That's going to be a 10. 2 2s on those d8s. That's upsetting.
Wow. 10?
Yeah, 10 total.
Oof. So close, but it is still up. So you bonus actioned. That's Journeyers over there. You've attacked one. You missed it on the second strike. Anything else?
No.
All right. That one is going to strike back at you.
Mm-hmm.
A 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Dealing you a whopping 10 points of damage. It'll do its second sort of slamming attack. This one for a 19.
That hits, yeah.
And this one for 12 points of damage.
Cool.
As it just And that damage does seem to be necrotic. You feel
Okay.
that like life-sucking, enervating kind of wave. The other bad one. So basically, Lumen, you had me roll all 4 of these things that were summoned separately, and they go 18, 19, then V, then 15, 14. So the next one will move in. This was actually going to go for Dustin Howell. That misses, though. And that misses. Wow, that's obnoxious. V, it's your turn. So there are 4 of you outside.
I've been stress eating popcorn. I'd like to go ahead and send the 3 formations to attack the minions.
Okay. One of the minions is like on whatever its equivalent of death's door is. One of them is so close.
There's 4 in total, right?
You have 4 attacks. There are 4 of them, and one of them is really low. The others Sorry.
I'll definitely go for that one.
Cool. Teleportia, so make your first attack on that.
I forgot to add the modifier.
I saw it in the chat. I threw that on.
I'm
So
so
it
sorry.
went from being
Okay,
really
gotcha.
low to like 2 hit points low.
Okay, gotcha.
Somebody made contact with this thing.
Okay, so I got 9, dirty 20, and then some.
Okay, so I need you to roll these, or not separately, but we'll need it because you have multiple targets, so we've got to do the rolls in. So the first attack roll was a 9.
Yes.
That one does not hit. The second one was a 20.
Yes.
Okay, that one hits. So you swing once, so this thing's kind of staggering. You another formation pops it again, and it falls over and kind of just disperses into dust. So now Shinobi is fighting one. One is over attacking Dustin, and there's another one like getting ready to come punch somebody. Who would you like to send your people after?
The one fighting Dustin.
Okay, cool. So you send 2 more over there, and what are their attack rolls?
So that was 17, 22. Math.
22. That hits. And what's the next one?
It is 13. 18.
That one does not hit. So roll the damage for 1 attack against one of them.
Okay. Can I do the advantage?
Well, you already rolled the attack. What do you mean? Oh, to up your damage?
The D4.
You've already rolled the attack, so you don't.
Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. 4.
And I got a question. Hey, Pierce, Dan, or just anyone kind of. I mean, I know what everyone's opinions in the moment will be, but take off your player cap and think as a DM for a second. Were a creature to say utilize a feature that gave it an extra turn, does that reset its legendary actions?
Yeah.
Right?
Based on how the wording is, it gets it back at the start of its turn.
Yeah, right? Cool, tight, cool, tight.
That's why I was yelling at Dustin. Now's a good time.
Dustin doesn't have a D20 for that purpose. So
9.
Okay. So one of them took out one, the other kind of are kind of attacking this one is attacking Dustin. Legendary action. Yeah, I think that actually is what the yeah, the final if everyone can make another Constitution saving throw. The final this time, rather than sort of like sending out this sort of wave trying to drain you, is just now sending this absolute wave of rot just cascading against everyone.
Well, will we take damage on a save? I mean,
I don't know that you know that.
Well, I'm just asking for the journeyer. Is it worth me even trying to make the save for the journeyer?
Oh, I see. Probably not.
Okay, cool.
I just rolled another 4 on my D4.
Nice.
Cool. So you get advantage on this?
Yeah. I get it back again, right? As many times as I keep rolling 4s?
You do. You could have advantage on every roll if you roll a 4 every time.
I'm gonna throw a D10 on top of this.
Okay. The DC is 25. That's what the finals DC is.
So, I don't... There's this 2 and this 0 here. I don't...
Natural 20.
Is that what that is? Is that what the thing that you do all the time?
Yeah. So that was...
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, wait, I need one more.
Lumen, I think you're muted.
All right. So this will hit. Oh, so all of the formations are going to go out from this. Actually, I forgot to do this last time. Go ahead and make a wisdom save now for losing all of them.
That one.
Cool. So you are fully stunned here, but you also, did you beat a DC 25 Constitution saving throw?
No, I got a 5.
Okay. So if you failed on this, as this just pure flood of negative energy washes across you all, on a failure, you take 52 points of necrotic damage. On a success, you take 26.
I'm really glad I saved.
I'm
As this thing is
same.
just like- So yeah, DC 25. I mean, it's a god. You get it.
I rolled a 9 on my
you
D10.
notice that much of the sort of like trouble that it had from healing, well, not much of it, you healed at 400 some odd points, but a lot of that healing seems to be being undone.
Is it 26 on a success?
26 on a success. As this
Yeah,
just
I wasn't
flood
even
of this
close.
All right, friends and neighbors. Next up come those other creatures who it has sort of summoned, and they are unharmed by the stuff. One of them is the one. This one will attack Armament. We'll kind of move over to where you did. This one deals you 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
Deals you 10.
Cool. Okay, so here's what's going to have to happen then. I am going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Because that would drop me to... That'd be... I assume it's trying to kill me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's trying to kill you. So yes. So you can make the con save, but it's only it's just 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So that 13 plus 4, so 17.
You managed to stay on your feet with 1 hit point. Just like, okay, stay in the game. Stay in the game. The other one is going to keep attacking Shinobi with a natural 1 and a not even nowhere near. Shinobi's just
Damn
taking.
ninjas.
All right.
When does Dustin get to go?
It is Dustin's turn right now. I feel a little bad here because if things work out for you, Finden's probably not going to get a turn because right now the order of turns goes.
I
Captain
don't feel
Eldritch.
bad about that at all. Go ahead and do it.
Right now it goes.
Yeah.
it goes Captain Eldritch, the final, then Findon.
No.
Well,
Although you know what, at the end of one of its minions' turns, it will do one more legendary action.
Gosh.
Yes, it's going to try to frighten Dustin Howell. Okay, here we go. So he has to make a wisdom
Son
save.
of a bitch.
So he won't be able to do his thing against it. All right, here. So he'll have to spend his turn fleeing. Wisdom saves. Is he proficient? He's got a plus 10. And he rolls all of these kinds of things at advantage. He should be. He rolls an 18 on he rolls a 5, and I was like, ooh. And he rolls an 18, so it's a 28. So he manages to resist as you see this thing trying to impel him not to go. Instead, Dustin, having seen the heartiness of this creature, uses his bonus action to recall a spell. And he kind of like reaches his hand out and grabs just the ashes of his baseball cap to just serve as whatever kind of buffer that may be. And grabs the final and says, "Heal, bitch." All right. Dustin's about to have to make some saving throws. However, the final, staggers back as the unbound magical healing that is being pumped into it begins to make it sort of, it's like glowing from within. The gray is being replaced by these kind of almost, heavenly Valo-like lights kind of coming out of it as you're seeing kind of something that should not be restored, something that exists at the end of things that shouldn't be going back in a direction, just being reformed, switched into a new direction. The ones that still stand begin falling, bum, 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 of its sort of creations. Dustin, meanwhile, has to make a few saving throws here. All right. Fail.
VL, you got it, babe.
And then at advantage.
Succeed. His charisma saving throws plus 20. Succeed with a 38. So you, however, do see Dustin just oh, and he falls to the ground.
Oh my god.
But the final continues glowing from within. Findon, I'll say its death throws will take a full turn, or will take it's if you want to do anything, you can take an action here. As the final is just reaching out, trying to do something. It just merely touching it has done something to Dustin, but
no, I don't really have a good plan.
So Findon's just still cradling Meridian's body, okay. And
They're there.
The light just becomes sort of so bright that it begins. There's no sort of explosive bursting moment. Instead, this healing sort of light washes over the entire space, and those of you near it almost having to look away.
Lumen's immune from blindness.
You are.
Does Lumen take a picture of this?
You stare forward.
Take a picture.
The light seems to be almost like a wind washing away the gray sort of cloud that hung over this area. Soon you see, the rest of you are all blinking, but you can see sort of the after image for a second of just kind of a featureless figure just standing there before it is gone. And with that, we'll be out of initiative.
What does Meridian's body look like?
Meridian's body is still gray.
Okay.
Aw.
Dustin's is not, however.
Oh, Lumen runs over to Dustin.
Okay.
Can she kind of tell, after examining all the other bodies, can she kind of tell what's different?
Make a medicine check, sure.
Okay.
Can I help with that?
Yeah,
I'll run over
you
too.
can go over. Yeah, so at advantage.
Everyone
Nat
does it.
20, so 26.
All right. With a 26, you look at him. He is dead. He's not unconscious, so you'll need some sort of resuscitation to do it. But
Top care.
What?
Can Top Care?
You think Top Care can probably handle this, provided you guys go really fast.
Portal instantly up there.
You already have a portal right next to there, so you can just link it to one up in the space to get through. That's fine. Yes, you believe that, provided you kind of get him some serious healing in the next minute. You think that he was drained. He actually only failed 2 of those saves. He failed strength and constitution, so his body has been completely drained and wrecked, but it has not been drained to the extent that the final was doing it. That was the death throw basically was able to just kind of rip stuff out, but it hasn't been permanently sucked away. It's more that he's just been, basically he effectively, specifically based on those 2, he just died of exhaustion. He just got 6 levels of exhaustion at once. Is how I describe it. So yeah,
Lumen will heal him by touch.
Yeah, you guys can, if you want to expend 1, then yes, I think you'd be able to. In fact, yeah. So yeah.
11.
11. Very good. He's alive but unconscious. He'll need some time. You finally come out of the very intense stun that happened. Shinobi kind of pulls you up and says, "Where's all my poison?"
Just like pull the ones I had out.
She just kind of looks at like the wreckage before, like, fine, just wanders away. What is your insight modifier, V?
Is +2.
You don't notice the way that Whisper kind of moves as if to say something to Shinobi, and Shinobi just completely ignores her and instead walks through the portal back to the tower.
I don't notice that.
You don't notice that. What is everyone else doing in this time? Obviously, Lumen has gone through with the captain. Synth Devil is just floating around like, well, that went swimmingly.
I'm probably going back because I need some not as intense, but some pretty immediate medical attention.
How many hit points
Same.
you got left out of
I
curiosity?
have 1 hit point.
Oh, that's right. You fell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So as you guys are sort of going back, Synth Devil's looking around like, well, that went very well, all things considered.
I'll stick around here for just a minute to kind of like, contain any wreckage or something so that we're not just immediately all abandoning the scene.
Well,
I'm also
a good
very not hurt.
I think, given the nature of the fact that everything that just occurred within these walls, there's no reason for us to take down this boundary.
That's a good point, Synth Devil.
If you don't mind, ladies.
And Wanderlust's like, yes, we can keep it up. That's entirely doable for the time. I suppose let us know how Dustin is. They sort of step away and kind of...
Is there any remnants of the final?
Make an investigation check. Synth Devil will assist you, but he's
a part of us all.
He's really letting you do it.
Okay. That's great.
There's
He's
still
one of
a
the-
portal there,
Really
right?
rather he did it.
He knows,
Yeah.
but he's like, yes, please.
Look over
I'm
there.
gonna go through the portal to top care.
Yeah.
And check on Dustin.
At this point, I think everyone's in top care except for Findon and Synth Devil.
Let's go ahead and add my D4 and my D10 on top of this.
Cool.
I rolled 1s on both of them.
Now we're back to it.
18.
There he is. We missed you, buddy.
Yeah.
8.
Well, I only rolled well so as to not do anything.
From that spot, kind of where the final was when they sort of exploded out. Much of it has been kind of blown away or whatever, but there is a certain amount of like gray dust on the ground below there. It seems to be almost like heavier than the rest that kind of was able to
Find anything of interest, Findon?
Maybe.
Yes, well, collect it. The good ladies from the Guild of Secrets will keep this boundary up for appearances for a time. I will bring back the body of Meridian so it can be put with her fellow deceased teammates.
Oh, sure. I'll just sort of like hand the body over. Oh, wait,
I'd
do you
imagine
have
he
anything?
probably can set it down while investigating, but yeah, he can.
No, it's still on my shoulder.
Oh,
Just
sure,
walking
fair
around.
enough. Well, let's see
Uh,
here. Yeah.
Vincent, do you have any containers to gather god dust?
I shall return forthwith.
Goes through the portal, comes back out with just a little, some like a little collection dust thing and a couple of little jars of such.
Yeah.
Yes, there you are.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'll gather up what I can of it.
Yes. Well done. You and I were certainly not so involved in that fight, but the plan wound up working well.
Yeah, we're really lucky.
Indeed. Indeed. What luck. Off to you.
Gesturing to the portal.
Wait, hang on a second.
Yes.
I go over to. Is the door of the portal still open? Have they closed it yet?
I don't think.
Still open.
I think yeah. Teleportia still has it open.
No, not the portal. Sorry, the
Yeah, that is still open. Yes.
Okay, I just will peek. I'll go. Nathan, it's time to go home. I'm not the desert. I don't know what desert you're from, but
Nathan comes through.
and yeah, so I'll bring the camel with me back to Topflight.
All right. Well,
Do we have like a, as we're walking through the portal, Synth Devil, do we have like a top zoo or top stables or something?
No, but we
None
can
of them
put
have
word
pets?
top in front of anything. Yes,
Stable?
top stable, top petting. We'll workshop.
Yeah, I'm gonna nix that last one.
all right. Well, I feel that after all these events, as you guys go through there, that was a very intense combat, everybody. That was kind of crazy. I think we will probably say that is where the issue ends. With Nathan finally making his long-awaited arrival in Topflight Tower. And really nothing else happened to that session.
No, that's it.
All right. Well, very good, guys. That was kind of crazy. Nice casting of that. I'm not going to tell you what would have happened if you'd done one hit point and all of it into the creature.
Oh no, come on.
You should just tell us.
You made the right call. You did it more than was necessary, but the mass heal was never going to bring down the big one. So, So you did the right call. You could have put much less into
Meridian. Well,
but even so,
How much less?
a lot less.
A lot less, okay.
Two hit points to Meridian.
Well,
If that were the case, one of us could have just punched her. So it's probably at least a significant chunk.
so well done. You have defeated a god.
Yeah, this
All it
just
cost
makes...
you was one Captain Eldritch.
Oh, he's fine.
he's fine. I'll give him a new hat.
I'll walk it off. It'll be fine.
My
It's not
dad
the
gave me
same.
that hat.
Oh no.
A very complicated relationship with my father.
Oh my
Well, now
god.
we will get
You
him
and every
one,
other guy in
and
New
then
England.
What?
It's gonna
No,
be
no.
special.
Mine's different.
Mine's
Oh.
different.
I just want to now imagine that he just has a series, so the next time we'll see him, he'll just have like a Bruins hat that his dad gave him.
The first time my dad bought me this hat. First time he ever took me to a Bruins game. Why does it fit your adult head? Because I keep having it often.
Had a big head.
I had a big head as a child. I look like a troll doll.
I basically had the head I had now on a child's body.
Family's really important, you guys. You don't understand. You know what
this
movies that would
just
choke
makes-
me up is those Fast and the Furious movies. Those guys
Oh,
kids.
just-
no. Oh no.
This just makes
My
me
family.
so much more worried about Tatiana Temple.
Yeah.
yeah,
I really
seriously.
was wondering. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, did we do this in the wrong order or in the right order? And I don't know which is more worrying.
I don't think
Yeah.
those words apply to what we will do in this game.
One thing
Yeah.
at a time. We'll take it as it
Unless,
comes.
yeah. Because, yeah.
Cannot believe the final rolled a natural one. I really
That was
thought
Take
I,
it.
I
Thanks.
really thought I was going to
Completely
have you
take
guys like, and retreat out of here and seal it back. Seal it up.
I was
That didn't
about
work.
to
Your
start
boss
running.
is dead.
I was about to start
Boss
running.
is dead.
When you were,
What the
when
fuck
you
are
were
us
doing,
chumps doing being in charge of stuff, man? Like when like Dustin's around.
Yeah.
Dustin. Poor Dustin. Well, because Dustin's not. You can't be trusting Dustin. Hey.
But that is definitively not true. That is literally all we have done. He has literally solved every problem we have.
Dustin was siphoning divine energy. Dustin, like, not to be. Well, actually, no. This is story stuff. Will this could
Yeah.
still? No.
Yeah.
Oh, Dustin.
Oh, now that
Empirically untrue.
I wonder what's going on in the dimension of dread with the little guy.
I don't.
Well, none of us know
With all
now.
that magic.
Dustin doesn't know.
Yeah.
That has been.
Oh,
Lost to the ages.
did we see anything when Dustin like shadow stepped in our shadow boxed his way out of the that first grasp? I'm just wondering what that looked like when he tried to transfer that.
Oh, yeah. It looked. It was purple and green, but then it like became. What would it be? I guess briefly became like yellow and red, like negative. Like you saw his normal burst, then like photo negative reverse,
Okay.
and like it kind of like went like. Zoop, zoop, and
But
just,
we didn't hear like a cigar smoke hack that was cut off. Okay.
sadly,
Cool.
no. Although I should roll one thing for my buddy. That's a good point.
Oh no.
My fleecing schemester die. This one.
Roll for revenge.
Hopefully
This one
right
looks-
now.
This one looks most like a bikini girl.
What?
It's a natural 20.
Yo, it's goddamn.
I like this die. This one does a lot of good.
I need to
AJ, you
just-
told me to get this die one time. I was buying.
I'm sure I
Bro.
did.
I was buying from them, and you were like, "Get that one." I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." Good
I'm
call.
just gonna.
Thanks.
I have
So
no
the
idea what to do
fleecing
before you-
schemster's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, man.
Philip, I know you forget sometimes, but we're still streaming.
I'm well aware. I want
okay.
all this out there in the world. That being said, we are still streaming and probably will. We can go ahead and call it a night here. Anybody, any closing thoughts, closing wisdom, fears for next session, things you fear might happen next session that I can cast out other plans I've made and use those instead?
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't say anything.
It's all planned out. I won't use what you say. Go ahead, KJ. What is it?
When I realized we actually could defeat the final, I am scared that Tatiana Temple is gonna use that against us somehow. Like she's gonna, I don't know, market the final as like the savior, and now look, here comes Topflight, fucking everything up again. Like
I
You're
think
gonna just see attack ads like
yeah,
Topflight murdered a god in cold blood.
yeah. Like, I
Tatiana
don't know.
Temple's never murdered a god. Instead, she works with them on piety and respect.
Oh no.
Topflight, god murderers.
Exactly what I'm afraid of. Like
If
it's
they
just-
killed
you
some
want
random
them.
god who was just sitting in their city, will they kill yours? I'm Tatiana Temple and I approve of this message.
Slander.
I'm so scared.
I'm just assuming my anxiety is gonna be like, whoop.
Yeah, no.
Topflight say they enforce the law. Then why do they have an unlicensed camel in a commercial district in downtown Alpha City? Topflight, the rules don't apply to them.
Nathan's
I'm
gonna be the
Tatiana Temple,
tipping
and I
point.
approve this message.
Oh man.
Well, if any of you are upset that we lived through this, check out Fridays. So
There
where
will be
we
blood.
are going through roughly 1.5 characters per hour so far.
Basically the rate, yeah. Oh man. I'm glad it didn't reach out and kill Teleportia. I'll say that too.
Yeah.
Because you really wound up right.
I
You really wound up
was-
right in front of it.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
not a.
yes, definitely check us out on Friday, and thank you so much for watching. And I think with that, we'll say good night.
Thank you.